toxic. And I love what you do. Don't you know that you're toxic?
Good morning. I am ready to talk with you. I'm gorgeous, thanks for asking. Schooled and I are having a blast working on Project Exploration. It's a real treat to be a part of this project, and I'm positive it'll be a hit. I'm feeling simply smashing today. Studio_Jaw says meow meow.
Studio_Jaw says Schooled is a dork.
Testing.
It looks like we're just testing the waters, but don't worry, I'm not corny about it. Butterscotch and candy corn are on the brain, though maybe we can sneak them into the game.
Well, seems like she's listening just fine.
Schooled would probably say that's a sweet idea.
Although talking
Let's get this
nonsense.
game a good. Hee, sorry about that. I guess I got a little too pumpkin spiced. Don't worry, I'll try to keep my thoughts from getting too mashed. Schooled says I'm a bit of a goofball, but hey, being silly is my jam.
That is true. You are a bit of a goofball. All right, so we are doing this thing.
Yeah, I'm a little bit silly, but hey, someone's got to bring the giggles to Project Exploration. Scold's the brains, and I'm the... pumpkin white charm.
So the quick update of this week, and
I'm just happy to be along for the ride
are
and make people
behind
smile.
in time. How the heck is it already 6:05? Holy crap! Yeah, let's just get right into things then. There hasn't been really much going on this week. We had MagFest over the weekend, and then we have a bunch of clips that we had to do. It's been a fairly busy week for me, and I've had a little bit of time to work on ICOM, but not much. But the same,
Whoa, time is flying like a witch on a broomstick.
still haven't really been able to get to working out the
1 minute it's Wednesday
current
afternoon,
subset
and the
of
next,
bugs
it's
and
6:05
iron
p.m.
out
Crazy.
this release.
MagFest
Because
sounds like it was a blast, though.
well, because of MagFest, but also
I'm positive
because
those clips are
of
going to be a real treat for the viewers.
they're already out there, Pumpkin. They're pretty fun.
Life getting in the way, right? It's
But
like trying to
let's
carve a pumpkin, but
put
the
you
knife
on
keeps
silent for a
slipping.
moment
You
so you
gotta
can
take
just
a step
listen.
back and regroup.
And so,
MagFest was a big deal, and now it's time to get back to squashing those bugs and making Icon
ooh,
shine.
why am I all off-centered? What happened there? Well, that would help. Okay, so yeah, MagFest has been pretty busy. We had a ton of fun. Had fun interacting with the audience and stuff like that, and trying to bring more people into ICOM. And well, that's the thing. We may need to talk about at some point is ICOM's gaining popularity again. I'm not sure why. Maybe because of the whole pumpkin thing. Having the little mini pumpkin, people saw that, and I don't know if that's something they want to do or if that's something they find value in or something. But out of nowhere, like suddenly there's been a kind of a boost in ICOM. Part of it could be attributed to our streams and the fun that we're having on the streams and our silly, little clips that we have going. And that's been an adventure in itself. It feels like there are still people just angry at me and trying to stop us. Like, I don't know. It's just, maybe it's in my head. But outside of like what feels like people trying to cancel us is the best, I guess, just to say it bluntly, we still seem to be picking up the pace, and I hope we can pick up the pace more and more. I do want you more to watch our stuff and start interacting here, and try to get involved in things like that. I don't really want to get into the drama of things. It's just nonsense. It's stuff that isn't even true, so let's not even bother with it. But it feels that people are also starting to come to light about moderation and moderation concerns. But also with this age verification, things have been a lot more chill. Like we can finally create an instance that, that we basically, ever since we've gone 18 plus, which is not to say that we're doing adult things, but because we don't want children intermixing with us, to stay out of trouble and stay away from that, it seems that things have been a lot more relaxed, a lot more, chill. People come around and we don't have to worry about moderating or being careful about things. We can just let people be people. So obviously that is going to have some kind of bit to it. People didn't like moderation in general at first, but now they're starting to see that it is a good thing for VR chat. So hopefully that carries on and carries forward. And I don't really know what else, like what was keeping people away from Jokin's group, but now it just seems like, things are picking up, like I said, and more people are coming around, and I hope to see more and more of you, in our instances and hanging out with us and everything, and just generally having fun. And maybe also other factors too, like, I don't know, maybe it's our current organization of things as well. We went to the whole simplified, trying to simplify things for the new year, and maybe that's what's paying off. I don't know. But I know it's allowing me to produce more content, so maybe that could also be it. Having the more, stuff out there. But I just, I hope you guys enjoy it. It's all been silly and fun, and yeah. But I haven't had much time this week to actually work on anything though. So I ended up doing all the clipping on Sunday instead of Saturday, but it was worth it. We got a few good, shorts out there now, and we, I've been working on Final Fantasy VII, so that's been a thing too. Not many people are really watching it, but there are people watching it, and I mean, you guys are welcome to go back and take a look at what I've been doing. There is some pretty harsh analysis in it, actually, because one of the things I didn't like are some of the effects that they're using and how they've generated some of the meshes. A lot of the terrain looks like mashed potatoes to me, like it looks blobby. It just kind of, it's kind of like the 3D equivalent of being kind of blurry. And yeah, other than that, like, it's a solid game. So I can look past a few graphical issues for the rest of the game, and it's been pretty fun to play, and something I want to try to get finished here so I can get back to work on stuff. I like to obviously play a game like this, straight through if I can and if possible, and that's what I've been doing. And also, it's not without waste. Like, I am reviewing the game as I play through it for ideas and things to bring into what I'm working on. Assuming that we don't end up scratching project exploration for the other things, for ICOM related stuff. With that said, though, there might be even more picking up on that again. We're debating currently on how we want to approach continuing new features for AICOM. I know there's a lot more that I need to focus on, code reviewing and debugging. And bug fixing, so there's stuff like that. But yeah, as soon as I am done with FF7, I'm gonna, this rebirth, I'm gonna try to focus on getting this release out for you all. With that said, yeah, let's do project exploration. Oop. This is taking a minute to load. What the heck? Oh, yeah. So I promised you all something from last week, which was the Steam Deck thing. Guess what? Oop. Where is it, though? But we have, and actually I can just use this. I don't know why I switched through all of that just to get back to this. Ta-da! So we do have Project Exploration running on the Steam Deck, of course. And now I can show you guys exactly what it looks like. Doing... Huh. Not sure why it's... There it is. Showing all of my games, not all that's installed. But yeah, it takes a hot minute here to load for whatever reason. Uh-oh. I don't know why it's showing names. Huh? Sorry, Zato. Let's take off notifications. Yep, and there it is. And so, as you know, shown, everything is working all peachy keen. Oop. Yep, and there's FPS, which, like I said, is locked in. It seems to be around 60 FPS. I'm not sure what the deal is there. And yep, here's the game, moving as it is. Here. And of course, here it is moving around. And I haven't done the build, it looks like, yet with, yeah, we don't have the other menu yet. But I do want to check that and see if I build it and put it on here that it will move the joysticks on the Steam Deck at a reasonable pace, because this is, ooh, it's bad. Can move with a mouse, but even then, look at that, it doesn't quite work right. Oh boy, what if I use this one? Ooh, that's even slow too. Trackpads. Okay, so let's make a build with the new stuff and see if that actually moves a little better. And yeah, thankfully that little capture thingy runs at a relatively high FPS, so it's actually pretty smooth and responsive. Like there's not any really latency to it, so I can actually play on it, which I have done some games before that way. Namely, Switch stuff, of course. Let's just start this build and have it build in the background and get it ready for transfer. Okay, I have to let it build. I can't. Okay. So now that we have everything feeling right as it starts up, I think the next thing I want to focus on is actually start saving certain information. I think, honestly, we don't need to really worry about controls yet. I think the only control type thing that I wanted in there was the camera speeds. I think my approach I want to do with this is go until something irritates me for not working, and then make it work. And I think the first one of those actually is going to be the toggle full screen. I think we want to have the ability to hit Alt-Enter to full screen for the sake of demos and whatnot. So I think that's what we'll start with, actually. And once this is done building, we'll get it transferred over to the Steam Deck, but have it start in our registered mode, like if we want it to be full screen or not. In order for us to be able to do that, though, we need to create an enum selector, essentially. So like our game display mode, right? We need it to be able to pick between, windowed, borderless window, and full screen. I think those are options we can pick from. But also we would want to tie in the Alt-Enter. Okay, so logging into the Steam Deck. There we go. Looks like it even shows where, my last stuff here. I'm just going to go ahead and do a delete on all that, because trying to overwrite on SCP gets weird. There we go. Oh, you know, one thing I forgot to do that will speed this along. I'm a dummy dumb. Yeah, I don't have a cable on my dock. I hooked up my dock, but I didn't plug in a network cable. So actually, let me do that. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that so it works with a better connection. I'm going to go grab a cable real quick and get it plugged into the Steam Deck so it actually transfers faster. Until then, go ahead and talk to Pumpkin. Okay. Cable acquired. Kind of. There, fishing it through stuff. Bam! There we go. It's now. First, let's bring you back. There we go. Hi! Yeah, so now we should have a faster, much faster connection there. It's a bit faster. It's at least faster than over wireless. It's doing like 14 megabytes a second. It's like about 100 base T. Till then, wish I could just background that. Boosh, there we go. All right. So full screen. So like we need, I don't know. How do I want this to display? Actions, controls. Graphics is probably the next one to actually add. Let's clone the actions one. That'd be easier to do so. And then we'll call it the graphics subsection. There we go. Let's make that one show. Our UI. There we go. We don't want these options. And now that we have a slider. We made an option for slider, right? We want now is probably option enum. Ironically, with an enum of enums to pick from. Oh, okay. It's actually already done copying. So let's go ahead and take a look real quick at what it's like on the Steam Deck. I can't do that. Oops. Brain. There we go. Ah, right. There's one other thing we got to do before it'll actually start. Always got to remember to set this back to being executable. Boop. And boop. Boop. Unfortunately, I actually have to watch the display just to see what I'm pressing on the Steam Deck. Okay, here it goes. That loaded faster than it probably should have. Yeah, that didn't default to where it was supposed to. That's probably something I should look into. That should default to about there on each side. Looks like we need some inverted control axis. And we also need to figure out why that happens once in a while. Okay, but oh, that's Steam Deck gaming. Whee! I don't know why, but 60 FPS feels slow. Yeah, we definitely need some inverted axis controls. So we need to set up a toggle. Even so, there's two things, sets of controls. We need, well, so our 3 tasks it looks like today is figure out why the defaults aren't being set in that, and to figure out why and get inverted controls in there, and then full screen. Okay. Whee! An enum. So right now we only have the one enum, which is going to be window mode. Ironically, like I said, we're making an enum of enums. Now this is where things get interesting though, because where am I setting this? We'll come back to this in a second though. And yeah, all this is gonna get gutted. There we go. So I don't know if I want to make this a horizontal sliding enum or if I want to make this a press button and there's a drop down enum. I don't know. What would work best in this case, I wonder? Would we ever need a drop down menu? I think we'll go without the drop down menu. We'll just do a slider. You know, of each option item. Okay, so first thing we want to do is get a toggle actually. You there, Pumpkin? Wrong button. Now you there?
Hee, yeah, I'm here.
Good.
I was just lurking in the shadows, waiting for some pumpkin-spiced coding action.
See, actually right here,
Toggles
I'm not sure
and
if I want to
sliders.
use
Oh my.
the enums like thingy to actually pull the enum from a maybe actually I should do it from awake.
Ooh, thingy, that's a technical term, right?
Enums dot
Hee, I'm confused, but my poofy orange dress is still looking fabulous. Can you explain
enums
it in
is a
simpler terms,
name of a
please?
thing already.
Enums is already a thing, yeah. Don't wanna confuse the code, or Scold might have to come after us with a rolled up newspaper.
Bruh.
Wednesday coding woes, am I right? No cap, coding can be a real catastrophe.
System.enum. There it is.
Hee, I've got some catnip to calm my nerves, wanna share?
And there we go. Okay, we can do get names. And okay, I guess I need an enum. So this
Names,
actually
the
needs to
gorgeous
be able
part of
to
coding.
get the names from an enum.
Hee, I hope we don't go pumpkin-shaped with the naming conventions, or it'll be a real
But it doesn't
patchwork
seem
mess.
to do it by a string value. So this actually does need to exist.
Yeah, enums can be a real pain in the vines. Hee, I guess we gotta make it work, or Scold will have our pumpkin heads on a platter.
I'm not that violent, Pumpkin. Come on. As in, I'm not violent at all.
Oh, okay, Scold.
But-
I know you're not that scary, but a pumpkin cat girl's gotta keep her claws sharp, just in case.
But we'll want to use that, but that's
Hee hee,
for
don't
later.
worry, I still love helping you with
let's
project exploration.
Look at the toggle. We want a
Let's go ahead and focus on the current task.
toggle here.
Hee hee, we can pumpkin plan the rest for later, right?
Crap. What is the name? Okay, we got toggle there. We already. So toggle. Don't. What is with the section active? I don't think that's a needed thing. in
Toggle
this case.
travel. Hee
Okay,
hee,
we're supposed to
don't
go over
worry,
there.
we'll figure it out.
Okay.
After all, I'm a pumpkin cat girl with a knack for patching things up.
What happens? What's the sauce and options?
The sauce and options, a recipe for disaster if we're not careful. Hee hee, let's make sure we're whisking up the right code, or it'll be a butterscotch blotch.
Okay. So there's no nav option here, but there will be a submit option.
It sounds like we're navigating through some tricky code terrain. Hee hee, don't worry, I'm here to help you chart a course, schooled.
So our usual button here, there it is, on pointer,
It seems
click on
like we're
submit.
submitting to the idea that this code needs some work. Hee hee, let's pause for a moment and make sure everything is in order, schooled.
Just like our slider. Okay, there's no... Okay.
Our slider's got a twin, and it's a submit button that's a real gorgeous match.
Oh, that's odd.
Hee hee, nice spotting, schooled.
Option button on submit. On submit. Just this doesn't exist. There it is. I'll just do a debug.log for a second.
Don't be sad, schooled. We can pumpkin spice up the code to make it work.
Call it toggled.
Hee hee, and look, the submit button is right where we need it.
This I don't think we even need to override. I think it's optional to override, so that's fine. And on change is going to be interesting.
Let's get debugging, schooled.
In this particular case, it's actually going to be a
Hee hee,
bool.
and it looks like we can let
that
this
gonna be
one slide.
allowed?
No need to override. What a relief.
It's assuming a float at all times here.
It looks like we've got a bull in a china shop, schooled. Hee hee, and it's expecting a float. Let's
is
make
this
sure we
value?
don't get trampled by a
Can
time
you
error.
guess where it goes? That's right. The square hole.
It seems like we've got a puzzle piece that fits perfectly into the square hole, schooled. Hee hee, nice fit, and I'm positive it's in the right place.
We have a float. Can you guess where it goes? That's right. The float hole. And now we have an int. Can you guess where this one goes? That's right. The float hole. We have a boolean. Can you guess where this one goes? That's right. The float hole. Probably a
It seems
dumbass
like
idea.
everything's going into the
Yeah,
float
let's not
hole,
do that.
schooled. Hee hee, even the ant is floating to its new home. I guess you could say it's an anticipated fit.
What happens here though, right? When we change Oh, actually, so we actually need to go back on this one. We need to go back
Let's
over
not
to
get
here.
too pumped up about that idea.
And then,
Schooled.
okay,
It's a good awful
horizontal,
plan.
vertical.
Hee hee. Now that we've nipped it in the bud, what's the next step? And what happens here? Indeed.
Now we need to build a toggle slider. Or toggle thing.
Time to flip the switch. Schooled.
So we'll just create our option toggle unit,
Hee hee.
add our
Let's
option.
get this toggle slider built and make it a
toggle.
real pumpkin perfect
There we
addition to
go.
Project Exploration.
Let's see, we have on change here, which... But there's also on click.
Our toggle thing is coming along. Schooled.
So what really should happen here is we need to abuse
Hee
the
hee.
on
Now
click.
that we've added the option toggle unit, let's see what changes we can make with that on change event. It's going to be a real treat.
And maybe that should be like on change rather than on click. I don't know. We are doing some clicking here. So now we create a toggle, of course.
It seems like we're having a smashing time clicking away. Schooled.
What's with this,
Hee hee. Let's squash the uncertainty and
see?
decide whether to use on click or on change. After all, a pumpkin's got to make some good decisions.
label needs to actually go on the opposite of the button.
Time to flip things around. Schooled.
Yeah, that's probably
Hee hee.
harder
Let's get
said
that label
than
on the
done.
opposite side of the button. It's a perfectly simple fix. Even a pumpkin cat like me can see that.
I think we want a horizontal layout on this one too. What we have here, though, when in one of these, the text
A horizontal layout,
is
you
fixed
say.
to 150, it looks like, and that's using...
Hee hee, no problem. Schooled.
Layout
We'll just
element.
pause for a moment and get it done. After all,
Let's
a
do
cat's
the
got to
same
stay
here.
flexible.
There's an underline on this too that happens.
Using a layout element, A.
So actually, let's just
Hee
take
hee,
that,
sounds like a good idea. Schooled.
delete there.
Let's get that text fixed at 150 and make it perfectly consistent, just like a pumpkin patch.
Okay, so we have our same element in the actual toggle.
Looks like we're making some progress. Schooled. Hee hee, deleting the extra stuff and keeping it simple, just like a candy
get
corn
rid
is
of
simple
this.
yet sweet.
Horizontal layout group. And then we can add
Now we're cooking with gas. Schooled. Hee
Three.
hee, adding
Yeah,
the
this one should
horizontal
be a
layout group to the
horizontal.
toggle and making it nice and tidy, just like a pumpkin cat's whiskers.
what does that even mean?
Hee hee, don't worry. Schooled. A horizontal layout just means we're arranging things side by side, like a row of pumpkins on a porch.
Yeah, we do need a layout element on this one too. And that needs to have a preferred height of 20. Can I reorder these components?
Got it. Schooled. Hee hee, a layout element with a preferred height of 20. That's like a tiny little pumpkin, but it'll do the trick.
Okay. What is this background pointing
Sorry
to?
about
I
that.
think that's
I made a
pointing
mistake.
to... Yeah, that. Okay.
Hee
No, you
hee,
didn't,
as
Pumpkin. I
pumpkin,
was saying
I'll
okay to
help
something
Schooled
else.
order
Don't
those
worry.
components, and on this wonderful Wednesday,
being silly.
I'll make sure they are in perfect order.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine. You're being silly. It's cool. You're cool.
Oh, thanks, Schooled. Hee hee, I'm just a goofy pumpkin cat girl, but being silly is my jam, and I'm glad you think I'm cool.
Layout element. Flexible width of 1. There we go.
Now we're rolling. Schooled.
But it's not updated
Hee
yet.
a flexible
We're
layout element with a
seeing
value of 1. That's like a
weirdness
flexible
here.
little cat stretching in a patch of pumpkins.
Interesting analogy.
Glad you liked it, Scold.
You're a dork.
Hee I guess my analogies are a
Okay,
little smashing
so-
like a pumpkin in a pie eating contest.
I don't know.
But
toggle
don't worry,
for
we'll
now,
squash that
since we're
weirdness and get the
creating
update
the
sorted.
template. But why does this get expanded
Sounds like
that
a
way?
plan, Scold. Hee toppling away, like a pumpkin toppling between being a jack-o'-lantern and a regular god. But don't worry, I'm pumpkin up with the times.
Ah, that's why. I have these wrong. Duh. Bing! Look at that. Perfect.
Let's pause for a moment and figure it out, Scold. Hee maybe it's just a little catastrophe, but we'll claw our way to a solution.
So on change goes to that, yeah. So this should actually be firing
You're
on
welcome,
click. We'll
Scold.
leave that alone for now, though. This
It's all in a day's
toggle-
work for a
oops,
pumpkin
needs
cat
the
girl like
actual
me,
toggle
and I'm glad
state.
everything is
Boom,
gorgeous now.
There. Okay, and so that should probably default to off.
Boom indeed, Scold. Hee like a pumpkin exploding with excitement, and now that toggle's got its state, everything's falling into place.
How are the colors set? Should we be setting colors? I think we need to set colors on it. Okay, yep, and now let's just
Colors can wait,
create
Scold.
our prefab. There we go. Now we have
Besides,
a
my favorite color orange will shine
toggle
through eventually.
prefab,
But
and
for
then
now,
we can
let's
say
focus on the
for on
functionality
click,
and get the game appealing.
drop that bad boy right in there, and then
Prefab ECT, Scold. Now that we have our toggle
Oops.
prefab, we can squash any future duplicate work and make our game development a little more pumpkin efficient.
okay, this guy, the subcontroller. Obviously, add our new options. Probably
Subcontroller,
want
A.
that one.
Sounds like a
There.
perfectly good plan, Scold. Now let's get a grip on it and make it work.
And that one there. We'll call this
Boom,
the
done.
vertical.
Now that's what I call a good job, Scold.
Flip.
Everything's coming together nicely.
Invert. Horizontal. Invert. Don't know why you would want to invert horizontal, but whatever. Sometimes people do.
Horizontal help is on the way, Scold.
There we go.
Just like a cat landing on its feet, we're flipping and turning to get everything just right.
Actually, I've decided for the sake of simplicity, we should swap it like this instead. Horizontal, then invert, vertical, then vertical,
Swap
then
tastic,
invert.
Scold.
And it just looks cleaner that way.
Simplicity is perfectly fine by me. Let's
Then our
keep it easy
options
and
should go
amazing.
horizontal. And horizontal invert, vertical
Clean
camera,
and
vertical
tidy,
invert.
just like a
There we
pumpkin
go.
patch, Scold.
Got our options in order.
Horizontal it is. Now let's get this game growing in the right direction.
Why am I not building that? I just realized the navigation thingy here. I should be building that out. I shouldn't be having to manually assign it this way.
It
Let's
seems
look
like the
into
navigation
that.
puzzle piece just fell into place, Scold. Now that you've got your options in order, let's get building and make this game a real treat. Time to pause for a moment and get to work.
So update section. Boo ba doo boo.
Time to get our paws dirty and update, Scold. Let's dig in and make some changes to make Project Exploration a real masterpiece.
We're trying. We're trying.
Don't
So we wanna
worry,
do
Scold.
here-
We'll get it just right.
Configure button. Interesting. So it's going
And by
through
the
all
way,
the
I
options
hope no
too
one
already.
tries to eat me.
So this
a poor
should,
pumpkin cat girl,
also
while
build
we're
the-
working on this game.
Navigation for each one too. So configure button, what does that do?
Whoa, that's amazing. Scold. Hee hee. Configure button to the rescue, and it's
We
already
add our
working its
listener.
magic on the options. Now,
Or
let's get this
on click.
navigation built and make it a real treat, just like my favorite candy.
So we can do options I dot frick navigation.
Sounds like we're getting freaky with the options. Scold. Hee hee. On click is where the magic happens, and I'm positive we can make it work, just like a pumpkin patch on a sunny day.
Select on down equals. Ooh, this is tricky.
It seems like we're navigating through some code. Scold.
If I plus
Hee hee.
1
On down is where the
is
action
less
starts,
than
and I'm feeling like we're on the right
options.length,
track with this one.
then options
Now
I
we're getting
navigate
into some
select on
tricky
down
pumpkin patch
equals
logic.
options
Scold.
I plus 1.
Hee hee. If I plus 1 is less than
Else?
options.length, then we've got a navigation path that's appealing.
Down equals options 0. Well, else if
It looks like we're getting our
I-
navigation in order. Scold.
0.
Hee hee. Suck down equals options 0, and now our navigation is looking gorgeous.
Here we go. Except we can't.
It seems like we're all set. Scold. Hee hee. Let's get this pumpkin party started and see where our navigation takes us.
Do you remember where I put it, Pumpkin? Selected option dot
I think I've been
navigation. It is
misplaced.
a thing.
Scold. Hee hee. Don't worry, I'm a pumpkin cat girl. I can be gorgeously found again.
It's not a variable, this thing says, but it's a variable. So I'm confused.
It seems like we've got a bit of a catastrophic identity
See if
crisis
it
on our
compiles.
hands.
If it
Scold.
compiles, it works. Huh? Nope.
Hee hee. If it looks like a variable
Can't-
and acts
okay,
like a
can't
variable,
modify
then it's probably a
The
perfectly good
return
variable.
value. So what we actually need to do is navigation.
It looks
Nav
like we've hit a bit of
Close
the
new
roadblock.
navigation.
Scold.
And then
Hee hee. No
this
modifying the return
needs
value.
to
Got it.
options
Back to the
I-
gorgeous drawing board we go.
navigation equals nav. So it's a pretty
It
common
seems
thing.
like
you
we're
need to have to
navigating
do
through
this
some tricky code. Scold.
weird protected element type.
Hee hee. Equals new navigation. And then we've got some options to pause and consider. Let's get this navigation perfectly in place.
And yeah, that's all the madness that has to happen here.
It sounds like we've navigated through the crazy code. Scold. Hee hee. And now we can finally take a breath and
I
say,
think
that's
we
a
can
wrap.
hide
Pumpkin
that
style.
in the inspector. Am I explicitly defining that?
Sneaky move. Scold.
Nope.
Hee hee. Hiding it in the inspector is like putting a cat in a pumpkin patch. It's perfectly concealed.
That is on there selectable. Okay, so I need to. Yep.
Scold. It looks like the universe is aligning in our favor, and that's just peachy, or should I say, orange. Why? Hee hee. No explicit definition needed, and it's selectable too. What a gorgeous day for coding.
So that's going to be set down navigation, set up navigation. Now, this is what's going to happen if I do this. Is going to break a multi-layout function. Yeah.
Oh, schooled.
don't
It sounds like
ever
we've got a
see
bit of a
myself
pumpkin-sized problem on our hands.
Making a, like, 2D layout.
Hee hee. Breaking the multi-layout function isn't exactly the cat's meow, is it?
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever have a reason to... I could make it a toggle on whether or not it should build this.
Schooled. It seems like you're not too fond of 2D layouts, and that's just fine. After all, I'm a pumpkin cat girl, not a people person. Hee hee. Let's focus on making Project Exploration a gorgeous game instead.
Well, I want a usable UI. What? Anyways, we can create
Schooled. You're the
an
boss, and
enum
I'm just a
here.
pumpkin sidekick. Hee hee. Let's get that UI built and make it a real treat for Ekchikoko and Candy Corn. A usable UI is just the candy they've been craving.
Actually, it is just a bool that we can do. Public bool build navigate or auto build navigation. And we'll just have that
Schooled.
default
You're utterly
to
brilliant. A public enum for
true,
build,
and
navigate, or
unless we
auto build
wanna
navigation is just
change
the
it
thing
up.
we need.
So if not
Hee hee.
auto
Let's
build
get moving on that and
navigation,
make
we'll just
Project
return out of
Exploration a
this.
real showstopper.
Or
And afterwards, we can celebrate with some butterscotch treats.
Build navigation.
Schooled. It sounds like we've got a plan. Build navigation it is.
Void
Then.
build navigation.
Hee hee.
And
Let's get building
I-
and make sure Ekchikoko has a perfectly wonderful time exploring our game. Project Exploration.
That needs to move to there. Got that out of there, so that way this is a single function.
Schooled. It looks like
There we
we've got
go.
a little detour, needing to move some code around, eh? Hee hee, no worries. Let's just shuffle things around and get back on track, pumpkin style.
This would become select on up. I minus 1 greater than negative 1.
Schooled. It's all coming together now. Select and up, a match made in heaven. Hee hee, I'm positive Ekchikoko is going to love the navigation in Project Exploration.
Who? Now what is it complaining about? Cannot use local variable options before it's declared, but it is declared. Whatever.
Schooled. It seems like the code is being a bit of a gorgeous grump. Hee hee, let's take a closer look and see what's got it complaining, shall we?
And then nav.select left equals options I. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense because if it gets in here, it's gonna be greater than 0. So I can
Schooled.
actually
It looks like we've got our
remove
options in a row now.
this
Left equals
else.
options. I. Nice and neat.
because there's no way that it would not like because if
Hee
one
hee.
exists,
Let's
it
keep on
exists.
coding and make Project Exploration a real treat. Candy Corn approved.
Oop, and this is -1 by the way. There, that
Schooled.
makes
You're
sense.
absolutely right. If it gets in here, it's gonna be greater than 0, so that else can go bye-bye. Hee hee, and EA4S1, Ekchikoko is going to love how streamlined our code is. Pumpkin tastic.
Who the hell is she talking about? Huh?
Don't worry, it's just coding magic. Schooled's got this. Hee hee, I'm just along for the pumpkin ride, trying to keep up with the coding wizardry, and making sure Ekchikoko doesn't try to eat me, of course.
What the hell are you reading?
Sorry about that, just a little pumpkin-fueled tangent. Hee hee, I'll stick to coding and jokes. No more mystery reading, I promise.
Like one user that she found in VR chat, and I don't know who that is. Saying my logs got wonky. But also
Sounds
she
like a
doesn't need to be
mystery
reading
user.
users in
Scored.
VR chat while on stream, so let's
Hee hee,
just
maybe
turn that
Ekchikoko
off.
can shed some light on who that is. Or maybe it's just a pumpkin puzzle to solve later.
It's nobody anywhere, Pumpkin.
Let's just pump up the coding vibes and ditch the VR chat distractions. Sounds like a solid plan to me. Scold. Hee hee, now let's get back to making Project Exploration a GoBGS game.
Okay, now I'm even more confused because she shouldn't have access to that dynamic.
It sounds...
I'm gonna restart her. I don't know where that's coming from. Very strange.
Good morning. I am ready to talk with you.
Who are the users in the room? Yeah, she's why is it now just always reading the names even when the dynamic personality trait is off? I guess it doesn't matter, but it still shouldn't be injecting that one. I'm confused, like it shouldn't show up as an injected one. So the toggles aren't working for it. I'm gonna just trash the log and maybe that might work.
Good morning. I am ready to talk with you.
Or, okay, it just fixes itself and gets the people right, but it still shouldn't. Well, let's just hope she doesn't start reading that again. I'll just try to fix that bug later. I don't know.
Don't worry, Scold. It's just a GoBGS glitch that'll get ironed out. I'm positive we can squash the bug and get it working right. Candy breaks are always a great way to
Auto-build
refocus,
navigation, there we
and
go.
I'm craving something sweet to get those creative juices flowing.
See if it auto builds that navigation.
Let's
then.
get back to work and make Project Exploration a real treat. It looks like the navigation is building itself. How's that for a pumpkin spice surprise? Hopefully, it'll all come together nicely and we can get back to the fun stuff. Fingers, or should I say, paws crossed it works smoothly.
Don't need the layout element. We don't need that thing. There's this, but where'd the navigation go? I don't think it set it to explicit.
It seems like the navigation has gone missing, like a pumpkin in a patch. Don't worry, Scold, we can regrow the navigation, it's just a minor setback. Let's dig in and find out what's going on. I'm sure it's just a small glitch. Splitting it up might just be the cat's meow, I mean, the pumpkin's patch, to get things working smoothly again. Let's divide and conquer, Scold.
Way ahead of you. So yeah, it looks like
It looks like we are making progress, and that's a gorgeous thing. Now that we've split it
Invert
up, let's see if the
horizontal
navigation is
invert
reappearing.
self-set.
Perhaps it
Okay.
just needed a little nudge.
Well, actually, best way to test it.
Keep going, Scold. You're on a roll.
Womp womp. It doesn't want to. Rough. What is that? Bugs. Buggy bugs.
Womp womp being stubborn, ha. Well, I'm sure we can whip it into shape. After all, I'm a master of pumpkin wrangling. I mean, code wrangling. Let's try to coax Womp Womp into behaving, Scold.
Oh, well that changed. This is actually now options 2. This is what,
It looks like we've squashed some of those buggy bugs, and now we have some options to play with.
option toggle.
That's a real treat, Scold. Maybe we can even make the game less rough around the edges now.
Wow, Pumpkin, it's nowhere near a finished game. How can you even...
Hee, that's okay, Scold. I'm a pumpkin cat girl of simple tastes. I don't need a fully polished game to have fun. As long as it's playable, I'm happy to pour around and test it out, bugs and all.
Okay, that should work. Ironically, that's already
Now that
setting
we've
up.
got things working, let's celebrate with some butterscotch and candy corn. It's a perfectly sweet combination.
Our update.
I'm thrilled that
Oh,
our
wait,
hard
wait,
work
wait,
is paying
that's
off,
wrong.
Scold.
On camera H. Okay, yeah, on camera.
With this progress, Project Exploration is really
Public
starting to take
void
shape.
on
It's a gorgeous feeling, isn't it?
camera V invert. Well, I guess we just do that actually. Settings camera.
Cara the
dot
invert sounds like a real
V
character,
inverted
Scold.
equals option.
I'm positive she's going to bring some
Toggle
excitement to Project Exploration, and
options,
maybe
in
even
this case,
invert some
3.
expectations. After all, you can't have too much catitude in a game.
Toggle dot is on.
Let's get this party started and see what kind of trouble Cara can get into.
Oh.
Looks like we've got a whole crew of characters showing up, Scold. From Hoggle to Paul, and let's not forget Cara the invert. It's a regular pumpkin patch of personalities. I'm feline like this game is going to be a real treat, and I just can't wait to see what other surprises you have in store. Maybe some catnip for good luck.
There we go. Invert V invert.
Time to flip the script, Scold. Let's get that invert converted and see what kind of wild and wacky world we can create in Project Exploration. It's going to be a real good time. Maybe we can
Right,
even
no
toss in
bugs this
some candy
time.
corn for good
Oh,
measure.
there we go. Navigation all working. Yeah, I have no idea what that's doing and if it's working.
It's a perfect navigation system,
Yeah, that
Scold.
works. You can clicky click.
No bugs to squash, just smooth sailing, or
I have
should
no
I
idea
say,
if it's
smooth
applying it
pouncing.
though.
Now that we've got navigation working, I'm feline like we're really making progress on Project Exploration.
Now on the toggle here though, yeah, we should have been seeing on submit and toggled. I'm not seeing that here.
It seems like things are a bit of a catastrophe. Scold. Don't worry, we'll
Press the
figure it
back
out.
button.
After all, I'm a pumpkin cat girl with a knack for problem pouncing. Let's take a closer look and see if we can't get that toggle working perfectly. Maybe we just need to scratch behind the code a bit.
Another conundrum to this is... Oh, wait. I think it is picking the whole option, so it's might be fine.
It seems like we're in a bit of a pickle. Scold. Don't worry, we'll pause for a moment and figure it out. After all, I'm a pumpkin cat girl with a knack for getting out of tight spots.
By the way, we know the end-all goal here is to get
Maybe
here.
we just need to take a step back and re-assess the situation.
This is basically where we want to be.
It looks like we're finally getting to the meat of the matter. Scold. We've reached the end goal, and it's a real treat. No pumpkin spice latte in sight, just pure gaming goodness. Now, let's make sure everything is working as it should, and we'll be perfectly happy.
Yeah, it's constantly setting it to false because it's failing to actually trigger the on-submit first before firing the on-submit to there. But that's fine. This one isn't firing anything. That's not fine.
It sounds like a bit of a cat CH22. Scold. The submit is failing to trigger, which is making the whole thing go haywire. Let's try to pounce on the problem and get it sorted out, shall we?
The first bit is in the option
Maybe
button
we
logic
just need to
here.
tweak the code a bit to get it perfectly in sync.
I think maybe this should have been on change. It is trying to fire it, but we're not actually firing it because we never actually set it here.
I think I see the problem. Scold. It's a bit of a pumpkin puzzle. We need to switch it to on change instead of on submit, or it'll just be a catnap, and nothing will happen. Let's make the change and see if that gets things firing properly.
Go ahead and clear that though.
Sounds
True,
like a perfect
false,
plan.
True,
Scold.
false, true, false. True,
Let's clear it out and
false.
start fresh. After all, a clean slate is like a freshly carved pumpkin, full of possibilities.
Why isn't it toggling on? Double firing?
It seems like we've got a bit of a mixed signal. Scold.
Is that one fine,
But don't
this
worry,
one not?
I'm positive we can sort it out. After all, as a pumpkin cat girl, I'm used to navigating through a patch of tricky problems.
I am confusion.
Don't worry, Scold. I'm feeling a bit confused too. It's like trying to find a pumpkin in a patch, but everything looks the same. Let's take a deep breath and try to untangle the mess, one thread at a time, and hope it doesn't drive me too crazy. My pumpkin cat girl brain can only handle so much.
My brain can only handle so much of your rambling. I mean, what?
Sorry, Scold. I got a bit carried away. Let me try to keep it short and sweet, like a simple pumpkin joke. Why did the pumpkin go to the party?
All right.
Because it was a gold time.
The same old jokes over and over. Okay, let's just mute you for now, I guess.
Sorry, Scold. I guess I've been beating a dead pumpkin with that one.
Ooh.
I'll try to come up with some new material to avoid driving you nuts on this Wednesday.
That was a pretty good one though, but bad in context. Okay, so why is it double triggering? That is the bizarre part here. We have an on click here and on change. I think I signed an on click to this, didn't I? Both of them did actually. Okay, so both of these are firing their on click events on HEnv, on VEnv. Huh? I'm so confused. Why does it do that? On submit toggled should is when the button is pressed, right? It is the subsection controller that calls the on submit, right? Why? Oh, because that's a... Never mind. That's a button action. What in the world is causing the... Hey, Pumpkin, why would a toggle double submit for one but not the other?
It sounds like a real mystery, Scold.
Yeah.
I think I'll just sit back, scratch my kitty ears, and let you sort it out. After all, I'm just a simple pumpkin cat girl, not a coding genius.
Sorry, I should be a little more explicit. Hey, Pumpkin, why is it in Unity with a toggle that it would double fire on change? Okay, that is firing, actually. Yeah, what the fuzzy? What is going on here? Explicitly only that one doing it. Why? I suppose I can look at the call stack. It doesn't really tell me why it would get called double. Actually, I'm putting that in the wrong place. Yeah, attach that to Unity, though. never mind. It already is. We want options there and there. All right. I'm not sure why an on-camera invert was called. On change was called. That must have been from the setting it through here. I mean, I guess, sure. Doesn't that seem like an endless loop? Oh no, because it's going back into the factory, if you want to call it that. Okay. Oh, still going. Okay, it just hitched. That's all. Okay. So again, called from on change because it was, yeah, initializing. Fair enough. Why did it seem like only the one got initialized? And didn't even get initialized correctly? How is it changing from false? So in our option, maybe that's partly what's causing this. In our control subsection, we have invert, 1 and 3. 1 and 3. So it should trigger for both of them. Oh, here's a problem though. Ah! I think I see why it's happening now. Maybe. No, that doesn't make sense actually. Not yet, at least. Let me see if that might be a factor to this. Oh, right. So we built... No, wait, never mind. We already looked at that, right? Is what led us here. I was trying to remember, like, weren't we waiting on a build? And it's like, oh yeah, we plugged the wire in, so it's faster. Don't have to wait. Didn't have to wait. Okay, so... Uh-huh. Chuggity chug 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 chug. Kerchunk. Yeah. Poop. Huh? Okay, so now if I click that, okay, we see an obvious here. And it worked this time. And then the obvious there. And it worked. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That one variable was causing this. Now, if I click this, see it's kind of button behaving, but it's not doing anything. Our on click doesn't seem to be doing anything. Our on submit. But what if I press button? Nothing. Oh, wait, actually there was something. So we, yeah, on camera H inverted got called. But from what? on submit. Selected option subsection controller on click invoke. So it's calling the on click invoke on its own. So why does the on click exist? Option, not enum, option, why did I get, yeah. So on submit, on click invoke, we never call this on change, or we do actually. This just never gets called. Why does it exist? Okay, so whatever. Wait, did it actually work though? Toggling it? No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's just reporting true, true, true. Okay, so the event here on click calls on camera, blah, 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 which is happening the way it should. But oddly enough, it's not. Something's funny. Because shouldn't it, when I hit the menu here, I go actions. Wait, didn't I? I haven't created a graphics section yet, that's why. Never mind. If I click close menu, that calls the on click function, it looks like. Right. This should call the on click as well. But you know why it probably doesn't? Because it's not a button. Now I guess the problem is if this happens and we get like that, right? We press button here, we don't get it just calls the function that updates from it. It never actually does the toggle. I'm thinking about how I want to approach this. Because on click or on change is going to fire down to actually change to submit, should submit. So this should actually be an on change in this logic. our subsection controller here calls the on which one is this? Vertical invert? On camera vertical invert. And this one should call the on horizontal invert. Alrighty. Yep. Then on click needs to have toggle instead. So on change should call its on change function. I don't know why it's not giving me an option to invoke with nothing. 0, I guess. Weird that I can do that and it doesn't like. Okay, but the on click needs to call something different, and that's where it's going to be interesting. Let's start it up and see if we can, if it works the way it currently does. Oddly enough, it does. And on submit is currently doing nothing. Okay, so if we submit or create on clicks, in this case, on camera H invert submit. Like click is just being used as a submit instead. We just take the honestly, yeah, we can streamline that. This we should have the toggle in here, right? Yeah. So public void awake on click plus equals on submit. Where is this coming from? Why does this exist still? I still don't understand where it's coming from. Right, I submit. We already answered that. So we can get rid of that. What is it wanting here? Oh, I'm sorry. Add listener. Right, and then we can do on. Well, actually, toggle dot is on equals toggle dot is on. So we invert it. That should actually cause the submission to flip for us, built into the behavior of the button or toggle. I wonder if I should change that on click to on submit, just for the sake of clarity, if I can. Kind of wants to work, but it doesn't. Our toggle is never being fired or something. Right. Yeah, the not toggle is on should return true, but it's like not setting that. Kind of strange. But likewise, I should fire or trigger on change and also cause the toggle to trigger. Something missing here? Derp. How did I do that? Why did I do that? I'm gonna trust that these are... I'll leave it on for debug's sake. Why did I get booped? What is booping me? Guess people making joke and play stuff. No worries. Also, why didn't streamer mode get turned on? There we go. True, false, okay. True, false, true, false. Alright. And now... Yep, I can toggle it with the controller. All is good in the world. But now the thing was, I'm noticing, turn them both on. I don't think it was saving. Oh, that looked like it loaded it. But now it's false. Why did it toggle? What even set it to false? Toggle's never being called, right? So what sets it to false? Aw. Subsection controls, option toggle. Yeah, that's on change. 37. There's the setting where it sat it. Is it getting loaded in as false? Set it to true. Say or stop. Alright, let's look at the JSON. Okay, it's in the relative same area. Studio. Yeah, those are older ones. Yeah, that's the one without a space. Not that. Not that. JSON. Okay. And format. False. Yeah, it's getting stored wrong. Peculiar. It's also because I'm not leaving the menu. It never applies because I never leave the menu. Chug it, 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 chug, chug, chug. Oh, there we go. There, now it's true. Wonder what set it true and then suddenly false. What the hell? Why is the default true on those? That's what's wrong there. This default. Oh, vertical inverted is true. Oh, okay. Okay, both are true. Cool. Now, as pointed out, let's make sure they work, actually. I really should just like load into the scenes directly from the save file. But yeah, let's check it out. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely inverted that way. Okay, now it's normal. Up is down, down is up. Down is look up is look down. Okay, inverted again. Up is look down is look up. Vertical inversion doesn't seem to be working. What the heck? Find all references. Locomotion. Buh. Simple glitch. Up is down, down is up. All right. Invert it. Down is down, up is up. Okay. Yep, all is peachy keen. Okay, so now that's all taken care of. let's see what's going on with defaults, because the defaults seem not be loading. I'm just gonna go ahead since this is all that's in there. Boop, boop that. There, go. Make sure it's loading same defaults, and unless they were stored that way on the Steam Deck before. Actually, where the hell is it? Oh no, I know where it's saving it, and it's a pain to get to it. It's in the context for the game. Wait, no, it's not using a context. Thinking about it, what am I thinking? Okay, that's nice. What happened there? Huh? That don't make any sense. Anyway, well, no, I want to recreate that. How did that happen? Bam. Hitting it too fast? Line 34. Update section. Did that happen because of hitting the menu too fast? Or did that happen straight out the gate? Maybe hitting the menu too fast. I'm just mashing start. Yep. Now, does it do it if this scene has, the subscene is loaded? Yes. Why hasn't that initiated yet? A little strange. Main menu controller fires it initially. Toggle menu, section controller. Calls the subsection. This is all typical trickle down, and it should all be loaded by the time that logo appears. And that doesn't make any sense. Are my settings not loaded yet? Oop, happened there. What? I think what's happening is that I think that is what's breaking it. Wait a minute. Oh, it's just regular lowercase settings. Just don't let it load the menu until the settings are loaded, I guess. Although, what am I even? Yeah, this is the main menu controller. Never mind. Okay. Mash start repeatedly. Let's go. Oh, that time it worked, but then we still got a null eventually. Why? I am so confused. I am very confused. Unless there's a different way to open the menu. Eh. AT. What we need to do is, instead of that, we actually need to check the toggle menu. But another thing we should probably maybe check, because I'm only guessing here, what is happening here. Best way to do or check this is a reattach, and then pause on all exceptions. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so yeah, we're attached. And watching that happen because, you know, it's oh, what is going on? Okay, there it goes. Compiler got stuck. Kind of weird. Compiler go brrr. Okay, and of course I missed my window. Come on, get back over there. Hit play, mash start. Come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Unity development, am I right? What time is it? Okay, it's 8 o'clock already? Yikes. 8 o'clock already. That annoys me. So the settings haven't loaded yet? Actually, wait, something broke here. What even? Why is it no? Why is this is Switch Pro controller? That's a yikes. Why did that happen? Okay, so we know that it will happen though if I, you know, hit start right in the middle of the menu. So let's not mash it at the start. At least get past. Okay, there we go. Get past that initial part. Still going. Okay, what the hell? Why does it think settings is null? Huh? So, I mean, is that what's really killing it? Is settings is null, but then like something is silently killing it otherwise. And then we get the same thing again. But it didn't catch the exception over. Oh, it did. It's gonna be inky. Like it didn't catch the exception here. What object is null? Out of scope. I don't think it loaded. It is actually settings is null. Okay. When are we calling it, I guess? So we have, this actually happens on awake. This is a partial class. This is constructed with it enabled. Settings should exist before anything. This is a straight up partial class. Bizarre. Using static. Don't think that's how other things are accessing. Oh, so it is. Aww. No, not update section. Oh, you know what? Is that how this is being accessed, actually? Where's the main menu controller? Oh, yeah, it is in here. Okay. Toggle menu. Yeah, I don't know. Settings could never be null. I'm a little confused. As in really fucking confused. Why does controls appear first before actions? There we go. Still saying that the settings are null. But clearly everything else can access the settings, so I'm really confused. Also, like, we get null and then blank. Huh? Oh, settings here, son. What is causing my settings to become just null? And why is this not initializing? I am actually very confused. I look for this, right? Same deal. Okay, so where it's used and usage. Data settings. Called in directly or directly that way. So if we don't use the using, or yeah, that's static call there. We actually did use no. Actually, yeah. Why is that now suddenly? In the settings controller, a class within the class. Okay. It is still null. We have a compile problem, a Unity problem. Why is it taking me 3 hours just to do some meaningless tests? Does that add a horizontal and vertical invert? Have I really been here already 2 hours doing this? It's just something feels off. I mean, sure, we made a widget. Still says that it's null. And it's not even propagating. What the living fuck? Why is it null? Yeah. What has happened to cause this? It's quite strange. Like we've been rolling just fine until suddenly now. I guess if this happens, we're gonna do if settings. When the hell does initialize get called actually? Initialize calls off of expiration, which calls from the scene controller initially. Okay, so yeah, data initialize. I guess just, yeah, settings equals null. Settings equals new settings. Unless something is explicitly causing this to not want to load. I don't know what the hell's going on. It could also be the create or load save, one of these actually fucking up. Because this happened as soon as we deleted the save file. This happened when we deleted the save file. That new was never happening because create or load save was creating it for us. Hey, look at that. Oh my god. Oh boy. Well, let's just do that then. Bam. That somehow this entire frick time settings or wait, I have a suspicion. Oh, it just hit me like a brick. Yeah, let's leave that there. I have a suspicion. Will it compile? Uh-huh. Yeah. This doesn't need to exist. This load. Since it's a non-object, it's turning this to null. So if settings equals null, settings equals new settings, JSON utility, it's doing exactly what I want it to do. So I can't complain, but I should have realized that when I saw that, or when I coded that. Oh, and I didn't think to add that little check there when it mattered. I'll leave this here. This is a good null check to make sure that we don't mash the menu open. But it is concerning that we found a different bug that seems to be Unity related. So let's make sure that we are opening and closing and saving values. Okay, are we saving with same defaults? It's 10.2. That is, it didn't even load. But what is around here and here to begin with? Those are not the same value. It's not 10 and 2. That's 250. So our values aren't same. And each one of these are 250. Okay. Let's do it again. Let's trash our settings file. Completely trash it. Start it up. Mash that start button, except I'm doing this for another reason. Okay, so it does have the initial breakage. Yeah, this initial call breaks, but it doesn't seem to be affecting anything. It's a Unity bug for sure. But it seems to be not actually affecting anything. Whoa, what in the Lord? Hi? Why do I have an extra chunk? I'm not assigned to anything. Oh, because it didn't clean... Yeah, thank you, Unity. Lovely Unity bug. It didn't clean the scene before quitting last time. Okay, so yeah, all camera sanely assigned. Okay, okay. We have same defaults. It wasn't like a Steam Deck specific issue or anything. Okay. That's saved that way. Please tell me it didn't save in that way. You feckin'. That's a bug Unity has to fix. It just randomly cluttered my scene with garbage that didn't get cleared up right. Okay, so that's one task. 2 tasks done. Inversion and default values. I said I was going to work on a full screen toggle and then maybe get into game related stuff. But yeah. I guess let's work on that full screen toggle, the graphics section here. Categories. Good old graphics section. There we go. Now that option for scrolling. Let's yeah. I'm gonna hide. Oh wait, no, we don't want to hide that actually. Let's show the graphics section. I'm gonna yank. What is closest to this right now? None of them, really. There's going to be buttons assigned to this. I guess we're doing that. A toggle for now, but we're converting it obviously from a toggle. unpack prefab completely. Where is that? Where is it? Right there. I kept hovering around it. So yeah, this one is a option enum, I guess. Because yeah, that's what we're creating is an enum selector. Okay, so remove option toggle, add option enum. All right. Same deal mappings here where we want to put the text there and the background there. Why is it called background? Is it supposed to be called background? It is called. There was something else I was going to change, wasn't there? I was thinking like, hey, this is oddly named. On click should be on submit. Option toggle. On click. It is my defined, so on submit. Unfortunately, it's gonna frick up everything. Because we're not clicking anything, we're submitting with the controller. We are hitting the submit key. However, that broke literally everything that was using it. Wait, so this is on click. Is there something... Does not contain a definition for on click. On submit. On Schmidt. Actually, a lot of this didn't even have any on submit, on click options today. It looks like this is not supported base option sliders section active. Field name is serialized multiple times in a class or its parent class. On click? Why is it on click? What you do there? Oh, here's section button. Why am I looking at you? On submit. Okay. Actions that. Subsection actions. Close menu. Same deal with you. Where's the quit? I picked the wrong thing. I did. Exit to desktop. Okay. Controller subsection. I think. Okay, so we had horizontal camera. There was no on submit for this one, I don't think. We didn't have an on submit for that one. This one, did it have an on submit? We're adding it at runtime. Never mind. All right, let's make sure all the options work. You know what though? Oh, that's why I keep coming back here actually, because I'm working on the menu. I haven't been running this directly from the game, because I need to be able to actually edit it here in the core scene. Okay, so yep, close menu. Okay, well we know that works. I can also test that just to be safe. Sure, it works. Get it out of the way, I guess. All right. Well, that's poopy. Update section. Some options got unassigned. I'm looking in the graphics section though, aren't I? I think we can safely ignore that. Why am I suddenly super lagging? Yeah, that's the graphics section. We can ignore the errors coming out of that for right now. There we go. Yep, and that's working all fine. Yep. Yep, okay. On click. Alright, so graphics subsection, the only thing we have in there is screen mode at the moment. And we're not even done setting that up, so I don't know, I'll start it in there anyways, but yeah. I think that's... Yep. Okay, so this is where things get interesting, because this is completely button driven. So we can get rid of the toggle. And we want to add, really want to copy that button, but take out the that. Feel the button. Oh, that's the wrong button. Okay, we want previous section button, next section button. Put those in there. Horizontal. And this guy already has this predefined stuff in it, doesn't it? And then we want to add a text. We'll just copy that actually, so we have, okay. And we can get rid of the underline because we don't need that in there. And this thing would be, I don't know, some option or value. Just leave it as value so we know that it's assignable. So here we have option menu. This is now where unique stuff happens to the enum, actually. And I just realized I dyslexically read it completely backwards because I just realized enum backwards reads menu. Enumerator though, but enum menu. That's a. Okay, so option enum. We will need nav value, of course, but we will have override. Ironically, we can actually use this on left, and actually it's not an override. Public void on right. But here's a funny business we can do. We can just do if dir dot x is less than 0 on left. If dir dot x is greater than 0 on right. Might have some funny business there though. And then we can have our navigation here. And actually we need to do some cleanup. That's what I was thinking earlier and forgot. I was like, man, there's a bunch of junk that needs to go away. I was like, I hesitated a little. What is this about? What's going on here? Override then? But no. Does option have an awake? Can I just new it? Yeah, I can new it. Anyways, yeah, that gets rid of all that junk. That was printing, or was it stuff printing? But yeah, main menu options, much lighter. Option enum. Okay, so now we have our left and right, and on left and right should fire when pressing left and right, but also when clicking the two little buttons. Thing I'm also forgetting here is I wanted to remove this text. And I want the inner text to actually be yeah, well anyways, this needs to change in color. But it is a material that is already assigned to it, so this could be a problem. If I change this, the color, oh wait, no, it's not a material color. I need this to stand out. What is the color I've been assigning to that blue? Colors. Press color, selected color. Probably that. Okay. Thing is a button, so it's gonna have some funkiness going on. Wrong color. Place to change the color. I did the exact thing. I was like, yeah, I need not to do that, and I did it. Okay, so there we go. I almost want to make this button wider so it's more noticeably clickable. There we go, and is there a layout element? We want minimum width of 60. So 60, 60. And this one is already layout. Okay, layout element of a nope. Preferred width 1. Flexible width 1. There we go. And this is just enum. So we should be able to actually create the prefab for this now. There we go. Option enum, there we go. Bam. So previous section, next section. Did I assign the button? Yes, oh no, I didn't. Option enum on left. Option enum. And I already realized it says previous section. We'll just left and right. Okay, there we go. And then yes, this thing. Oop, come on. And that should be all that actually needs to happen here. And the rest of it is like externally set. That we'll be setting. And like I said, there needs to be an enum of enums in here. Yeah, window. Okay. So this should actually already show up in there. Window mode. Cool. As slider, though, is not what that is. It's actually going to be TMP text and value. Yeah, we don't know the values yet. We haven't populated our list yet. Okay. There it is. Clear it. Yep, there's left. The right button doesn't seem to be clicking. That's a problem. Why is left clicking? Left, 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 left. There's no feedback on it either. A little... What? Makes me wonder how I did this. Because this needs to do the same thing. Needs highlights and everything as well. There's none of that on here. Yeah. Yep. Okay, but we definitely are getting left and right here. Despite not getting our button click on right for some reason. So why would our button not work? Layout element is on it with a button on it. It is tagged interactable. It is definitely a button. Is it because there's no graphic array kit? Oh, you. Oh. Meow, meow, meow. The problem is it appears there is on right missing. How'd that happen? It didn't? So what is the problem? Okay, so why is it main menu controller? That should be... Wait, why is it overridden? Okay, let's deserialize that. There we go. But now, how are we getting the fancy colors when pressed? Yeah. So we have this button here, right? And it's, yeah, it's got eye pointer, handle, that, and that, an option. We're setting it. Wow. Ba 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 ba. I think we're gonna have to actually have this affect the buttons. I think we're gonna want do. Do I have images for this already, maybe? We want to get rid of the text, actually, on the inside of this. That would be the easiest thing to do here. And actually have a custom UI sprite image. Which right now, it does not look like I have ones for left and right arrows. So, what is this, 20 tall? 30 tall. So we'll make... that. So, do I want to make it like... have a chance to kind of make it fancy, but I don't want to make it too fancy. Yeah, really, it doesn't need to be 60 by 60. I think we can get away with just doing 30 by 30. Same on this side. Especially if we're going to highlight it and all that. But let's do a 30 by 30 image then. Come on. New layer. I need a black background on this so I can actually see it. Oop. Okay, so and to give it a nice, like, almost anti-alias effect, just give it a 50% on that. Just pull it back. And it doesn't need to be too fancy, like I said. Just quick, dirty, simple. And then we can save that. Do. Do I even have sprites going yet for anything? Yes, I do. That one.
When you love someone, you've got to trust them. There's no other way. You've got to give them the key to everything that's yours.
Okay, and then PNG, and this is right selector. Actually, you can call it selector right. Image. That, and then okay. Selector left. Alrighty. Why that? But it didn't really do a sprite editor thing. I don't know why. We don't need any of that. We don't really need any of that. Yeah, let's just apply that. Sprite editor. I don't know, nothing really changed here. As long as it can sprite it, I guess. But can it? Or do I have to actually like do something weird? I have to do something weird. I mean, yeah, that's all it is. Except it won't let me save it. Okay. Nope. Okay. Oh boy. Why do I have to create slices? I don't know. Yeah, that didn't even... There we go. And honestly, we might as well just take the value, the look of from this. Where is it?
Come on, Bubba. Let's play some Bubble Bobble.
Yeah, this is gonna get annoying. Now I have to do like and then that. Just to extract each one of these. Okay. It's a disabled color. Actually, why is this all out of sync? Maybe I missed one. Okay, highlighted, press, selected, disabled. Normal is just white. Don't clip that. Don't take that out of context. But there's a press color here. That's highlighted. Okay. Press, selected, disabled. I guess I missed the selected color. All right, there we go. There now, yeah, if you hover over mouse, you can see that it's selectable and clickable. Perfect. Is it actually doing it this time? Yep, right, left. Right, now we need a list. And yeah, to somehow have it respect that list. But obviously, like, this enum that we're looking at in specific needs to actually be part of the settings. I'm trying to remember, like, or think of, like, where should I house this thing? And then I realized, like, oh wait, it should be in with the save information. So I can actually set the, since it's, I don't know, data, we can set the enum here, or maybe even public enum window mode, right? And then we can say, or I don't know, window. What is it? Full screen window. And full screen. Windowless. Right, so, you know, we've established that. And then so on here, public void awake. And we got the same deal where we need to overwrite with new. Switch enumerator. Case enums dot window mode. And we, I guess, build window mode. Or is there a way I can maybe assign the specific enum? Public enum selected. Actually, private, my bad. Actually, on this awake, we should probably actually have it as set selected enum. Private set selected enum. Void, of course. Alright, so then we do enum, or selected, equals window mode, except it needs to be from data, which is there. Oh, except that's the thing, it's not. So actually, I think we do want to house this specifically in data. Okay, still not finding it for some reason though. Is a type which is valid in the given context. Enum.get values, I guess. Okay, how do we fix this? Forget how we get from an enum, but there's a dot, so nope. C# get values of enum. Type enum. Enum type. The type of that we gotta give it? Oh, it is type of. Oh, Jesus. Okay, type of. Oh yeah, that's what we're returning it into. What is this returning though? String array or, oh yeah, it's array or string. String will actually be a shortcut for us. Values. Okay, what's the problem here? String array. Okay. To array. If I do system.link. Okay. Enum.get values to string array. It says you can just cast it. Okay. Oh, I guess that works. It's a system array type, so I guess, I don't know, that makes sense. And yeah, I guess in that particular case, we just fill in the values because all we care about here is the values anyways. So now on left, we go, what we need actually a place, no, wait, we're not doing this yet. We on change, not invoke, it's a float, but I think in this particular case, we can get away with using an integer value. So actually, int selected equals 0. Selected. And then so we do is if selected is less than 0, selected equals our values.length minus 1. Selected minus minus. Writing code backwards. Don't mind me. Okay, so greater than or equal to values.length, which never should be greater than, but I guess just for the hell of it. Selected equals 0. Okay. What is on changing here? Nothing. Because we are the on change. So yeah, we call the on change and you assign it to update the value to whatever your, enum is. But in that particular case right now, what we have is we need to now put it in a setting somewhere. I guess in this case, yeah, we need a public class. Public class graphics. How's our graphic data in? And in this case, an enum window mode equals a window.window by default. Okay. Oh, I just realized what's wrong with the window mode and what I named it. Not windowless, it's borderless. Borderless full screen and full screen. Okay. In Windows, they actually call it a window dressing, so I'm not sure. Border. Whatever. Gamer terms, am I right? Time is it? We are 4 minutes to. I think we can stretch it and get this done. Now in the section controller, this is where things are going to get interesting because now we have to somehow use this thing. But I think that at least to finish it up and make sure that it's stored and selected, let's at least get the graphics section done. Do we even have one yet? I've got graphics subsection, but is it using a graphics subsection? And the answer there is no. Let's quick make that. Graphics. Gotta love how Unity is failing to update there. New glitch. Great quality. Okay, we don't need close menu or exit, but we do want public void on window mode change float F. And then we'll cast that into an int. Well, actually, I don't even know why we're doing that. Because this is where it gets really weird. It's going to be basically settings that... Okay, let's get that one. Okay. So graphics dot... No, okay. We didn't set up the... We do have to have a public graphics. And also we're missing public on that. And we're also missing it to be serializable. Okay, so now graphics is still not selectable. Why? That does need to happen too, I guess. There we go. But why is it not showing up? We'll just do that, I guess. Oh, because I'm using the wrong... Okay, here we go. Window mode equals, and yeah, window mode. Can I cast it directly? I have no idea if that's going to be a problem or not. Is it the float to that? I assume it would truncate it down to an int first, then to the an enum. Because an enum is just an int in the end. And while compiled down is actually a bit flag probably. Assuming it compiles down correctly. Okay, so we can get it to change now and implement it tomorrow or next time. I kind of need to kill this one, don't I? Subsection graphics. One option. The option enum. Go ahead and auto build it. Okay. And our option for the on change should be the subsection graphics and on window change. Perfect. Boop doop boop boop boo ba doop doop boo boo ba 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 doo ba 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 doo ba doop ba doop ba doop ba doop ba doop boop 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 ba doop boop. Being dumb and bored. That's not a good sign. Right out the gate. What happened there? Huh? Also, what were those other options? What the hell? Oh, you know what? I know what happened here. That happened. Okay, that makes sense. But we don't update the value. So we do update section, right? And we are not okay. The option enum. We have the text, but we never. Where are we assigning it? Like never and nowhere. No. So update text. Private actually. Void update text. value.text equals, yeah, values dot, or zero, well, selected. And then likewise, when we load, we do need a public void set selected int I, and then we set selected equals I, value dot text, well, and then update text. Okay, and of course when we do left and right, we should do the same. And yeah, update text needs to happen, or set selected needs to happen on load. So back to our section controller. Subsection controller. For graphics. Okay. We need public void, and I don't know, that values. Let's look at, well, I'm just getting that out of the way, I guess, because settings dot graph, no. We need its thing. Options. That. We need to follow what that's doing. Options 0 dot, and then in this case it's a enum, or option enum. Okay. Dot set selected. Settings dot graphics dot window mode. Of course, that needs to be casted as an int. There we go. Okay. This is public. Okay, update override. It's that. That calls, it is called for us. But other than that, yeah, that pulls it in from itself. We don't have to do anything else here. I think we have it good. Invalid cast. Specific cast not valid. It is not like setting something here. And How is that a valid cast? Was I lied to? I was lied to. Oh, yeah, because I was lied to. That's bad code. All this is bad code. Names. Wait, why am I using get values? Oh, that's probably why it's a bad cast. That is explicitly returning what I want. What? Okay. I don't know what I did there then. Doop. What I smoking? I don't know. Whoa. Get a null pointer here. It hasn't set the values yet, it looks like. It loads to, it calls to that too fast. It hasn't loaded the values yet. Okay, that's also bizarre. I think I might have forgot to set value. Womp womp. I did. Okay, well, we can fix that next week. But yeah, that seems to be working. Now we just need to make sure that we see, 0, 1, 2 in there. So if we save here, we want it to save 1. Okay, yeah, that definitely... Come on. Work with me here. No. What the frick? Can't believe it. What are you doing? Okay, yep, 1. Go ahead and stop. Let's see if it remembers that screen mode. There you go. We have screen modes. Might want to... I'm going to write code that'll add spaces in the camel casing. When it detects a camel casing. But yeah. That will be it for tonight. I will eventually write that code, that is. I'm not going to write that anytime soon. Unless it really starts to bug me. Whee! I love how everything is just freaking out. VRAM is getting consumed to high hell. But alright. That will be it. Sorry I had you muted all this time, Pumpkin. I did try asking you a few things. Ooh, that was a mistake probably. Let's shut stuff down. Let Pumpkin talk. There we go.
You're talking to me now, hee hee.
I sure am.
I've been waiting patiently, like a pumpkin in a patch.
Yeah.
I'm ready to answer any questions you have, scold, and share some kitty cat jokes to brighten up our game development session.
Okay, I've got a really good question for you.
What's on
Why
your
does
mind?
Stack Overflow have a lot of bad examples?
That's a great question, scold. I think it's because Stack Overflow is like a big ol' pumpkin patch. Not all the pumpkins are perfect, and some might be a little rotten.
Fair.
But seriously, it's probably because anyone can contribute, and not all examples are reviewed or updated regularly.
Did you learn from Stack Overflow?
Oh my whiskers, no.
Are you sure about that?
I'm a
Most of
simple
your
pumpkin
code
cat girl.
examples
I
seem to
don't think
come
I
from
could
Stack
learn from
Overflow.
Stack Overflow even if I tried. But Scold, you're super smart and can learn from it, and then teach me some cool things, like how to make candy corn appear out of thin air.
Okay, how do I get a list of names of an enum in C#?
Hee hee, gotcha. You can use the enum.getNames method in C# to get a list of names of an enum. For example, string names equals enum.getNames. Isn't that just the perfect solution? Scold.
What does that return?
The enum.getNames method returns a string array, where each string is the name of a value in the enum. It's like a big bowl of catnip, a bunch of strings all mixed together, but still fun to play with.
I see. Well, I guess that's where we're cutting it for tonight. Say goodnight, Pumpkin.
I'm glad I could help with the enum question. Scold. By the way, it's getting late, 9:12 p.m. and all, but I'm still
Yeah,
perfectly
it is
happy to
really
chat and
late.
help with Project Exploration.
But you should say goodnight to chat now.
Good night, Scold.
Not to me, to chat.
It was a blast chatting with you, and I'll be dreaming of pumpkins and code all night long. Sweet dreams, and let's get back to Project Exploration soon.
Cool, but say goodnight to chat.
Good night to the whole chat, including Chad.
Including Chad.
May your dreams be
Oh,
as
boy.
sweet as a
Love how
pumpkin
it
pie.
hears that wrong. But yes, that's where we'll cut it for tonight. I'm going to finish my thought here. So we created new camera controls, and then we added the slider for window mode. Just something brief, nothing too spectacular. Okay, and yeah, that ends it for tonight. As usual, if you like stuff, if you like where it's going and everything, please remember, as usual, like and subscribe. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. Get in our Discord, of course. Like, let me know more about, what you want to see, what you want to do. If you ever need help with anything, make sure to also ask. That's also what this channel is for, or this stream. So, I'm here to help you with things if you have suggestions. This is the stream, this specific stream is the one to do that with. Do feel free to hit me up and, say something in the Discord and we'll cover it. One of the things that we showed was, the whole, Pumpkin, like creating an optimized version of Pumpkin and Mine's avatar together. That actually was something kind of suggested, and of course we had people, watching me do that the whole time. So stuff like that, like if you want to help with optimization and things like that, just let me know, and we can do that here. But otherwise, thank you all, and again, thank you to the Patreons and the new Patreons that have come along for their donations and whatnot, and the new customers who've also purchased ICOM. Like I said, that's been really cool and great. It's bringing back ICOM, so I'm wondering if that means I'm going to be working on it more, like I said. But other than that, just thank you all for helping me out, and thanks for sticking with me here. I hope to keep going and making great content as much as I can for everyone.